These many then shall die, their names are pricked.
Your brother too must die. Consent you, Lepidus?
I do consent.
Prick him down, Antony.
Upon condition, Publius shall not live, who is your sister's son, Mark Antony.
He shall not live. With this spot I damn him. Lepidus, go you to Caesar's house. Fetch the will hither, and we shall determine how to cut off some charge and legacies.
What, shall I find you here?
Or here or at the Capitol?
'Tis a slight unmeritable man, met to be set on errands, it is fit. Threefold rule divided, you should stand, and one of three to share it.
So you thought him, and took his voice who should be pricked to die, in our black senate and proscription.
Octavius, I have seen more days than you, and though we lay these honors on this man to ease ourselves of divers and slanderous loads, he should but bear them as an ass bears gold, to groan and sweat under the business. Either led or driven as we point the way, and having brought our treasure, there we will. Then we will down it and load and turn him off, like to the empty ass to shake his ears and graze in the commons.
You may do your will, but he's a tried and valiant soldier.
So is my horse Octavius, and for that I do disappoint him store of provender. It is a creature that I teach to fight, to whine, to stop, to run directly on. Is corporal motion governed by my spirit, and in some taste is Lepidus so. He must be taught and trained to bid go forth, a barren spirited fellow, one that leads on objects, arts, and imitations, which out of use and strategy by other men, begin his fashion, do not talk of him, but as property. And now, Octavius, listen great things, Brutus and Cassius, our living powers, we must straight make ahead. Therefore our alliances are combined, our best friends made, our means stretched. And let us presently go sit in council, how covert matters should be disclosed, and open peril suggest answers.
Let us do so, for we are at the stake, and bait about with many enemies, and some that smile have in their hearts, I fear, millions of mischiefs.
Exeunt!
Halt, Julius.
Give the word, ho, and stand.
Cassius near?
He is at hand. Pindarus has come to bid you salutation from his master.
He sent it through a good man. Your master, Pindarus, either has changed his mind or has been influenced by bad officers. If he's nearby, I want an explanation.
I do not doubt. My master will come, such as he is, honorable and noble.
He's not doubted. How has he received you?
With courtesy and with respect enough, but not with such familiar instances, nor with free and friendly conferences as he hath used of old.
You've described a hot friend who's cooling off. Remember this. When a friend becomes sick of you, he treats you artificially. Plain and simple loyalty makes no one act phony. He's like, but insincere men, like horses that are too lively at the start of a race, make a big, lively show. But when push comes to shove, they collapse and slow to a crawl. Men like that, they're fake. Is his army approaching?
They mean to stop this night in Sardis. The larger part, the horse in general, is come with Cassius.
Hark! He's approaching. Let us gently march toward him. Halt. Stand, ho. Pass the word along.
Halt.
Halt! Halt!
Most noble brother, you have done me wrong.
Judged by the gods. Wrong are my enemies, and if not so, wrong am my brother.
2, 1. Brutus, this sober form of yours hides wrongs, and when you do them,
Cassius, calm down. We ought not to fight in front of our enemies. We know only love between us. Call them off, and we can go in my tent, and I'll listen to you.
1, go. Pindarus, bid our commanders lead their charges off a little from this ground.
Lucius, do the same. Make sure no man comes into our tent. Let Lucius and Titanius guard our tent.
You have wronged me doth appear in this. You have condemned and noted Lucius Pella for taking bribes here of the Sardinians, where in my letters, praying on his side, because I knew the man, were slighted off.
You wronged yourself in such a case.
In such a time as this, it is not meet that every nice offense should bear his comment.
Let me tell you, you yourself, Cassius, are much condemned to have an itching palm, to sell and mart your offices to gold to underservers.
I, an itching palm, you know that you are Brutus and speak this, or by the gods this speech would be your last.
The name of Cassius honors this corruption, and chastisement doth therefore hide his head.
Chastisement?
Remember March, the Ides of March, remember. Did not great Julius bleed for your sake? What villain touched his body that did stab? And not for justice, what shall one of us, that struck the foremost man of all this world, but for supporting robbers, shall we now contaminate our fingers with base bribes, and sell the mighty space of our large honors, for so much trash as may be grasped thus? I have rather be a dog and bathe the moon than such a Roman.
Brutus, bait me not. I'll not endure it. You'll forget yourself. To hedge me in, I'm a soldier. I, older in practice, abler than yourself to make conditions.
Go to. You are not Cassius.
I am.
I say you are not.
Urge me no more, I shall forget myself. Have mind upon your health, tempt me no further.
Away, slight man.
Is it possible?
Hear me, for I will speak. Must I give way and room to your rash choler? Shall I be frightened when a madman stares?
O gods, must I endure all this?
All this? Aye, more. Fret till your proud heart break. Go show your slaves how chloric you are, and make your bondmen tremble. Must I budge? Must I observe you? Must I stand and crouch under your testy humor? By the gods, you shall digest the venom of your spleen. Though I do spilt you, from this day forth, I will use you for my mirth, yeah, for my laughter, when you are waspish.
Is it come to this?
You say you're a better soldier. Let it appear so. Make your vanning true, and it shall please me well. For mine own part, I shall be glad to learn of noble men.
You wrong me every way. You wrong me, Brutus. I say an elder soldier, not a better. Did I say better?
If you did, I care not.
When Caesar lived, he durst not thus have moved me.
Peace, peace. You durst not so have tempted him.
I durst not.
No.
What, durst not tempt him?
For your life you durst not.
Do not presume too much upon my love. I may do that I shall be sorry for.
You may have done that you should be sorry for. Thence is no Sarah. Cassius, in your threats, for I am armed so strong in honesty, that they pass by me as the idle wind, which I respect not. I did not send to you for certain sums of gold, which you denied me, for I can raise no money by vile means. By heaven, I had rather on my heart, and drop my blood for drachmas than to wing from the hard hands of peasants and their vile trash. By any indirection I did not send to you for gold to pay my legions, which you denied me. Was that done like Cassius? Should I have answered Cassius so? When Marcus Brutus grows so covetous to lock such rascal counters from his friends, be ready, gods, with all your thunderbolts, dash him to pieces.
I denied you not.
You did.
I did not. He was but a fool that I brought my answers back. Brutus hath rived my heart. A friend should bear his friend's infirmities, but Brutus makes mine greater than they are.
I do not, till you practice them on me.
Love me not.
I do not like your faults.
A friendly eye could never see such faults.
A flatterers would not, though they do appear as huge as high Olympus.
Come, Antony, a young Octavius come. Revenge yourselves alone on Cassius, for Cassius is aweary of the world, hated by the one he loves, bravered by his brother, checked like a bondman, all his faults observed. Set in a notebook, learned and conned by a rote, to cast into my teeth, oh, I could weep, my spirit from mine's eyes. There is my dagger, and here my naked chest, within a heart, dearer than Plutus's mine, richer than gold. If thou be'st a Roman, take it forth. I, that denied thee gold, will give my heart. Strike as thou didst at Caesar, for I know, when thou didst hate him worst, then thou'st love him better than ever thou lovest Caesar.
Sheath your dagger. Be angry when you will. It shall have scope. Do what you will. Dishonor shall be humor. O Cassius, you're yoked with a lamb that carries anger as the flint bears fire, who, much enforced, shows the heart's hasty spark and straight is cold again.
Hath Cassius lived to be mirth and laughter to his Brutus, while grief and blood ill-tempered vexeth him.
When I spoke that, I was ill-tempered too,
Do you confess so much? Give me your hand.
and my heart too.
O Brutus,
What is the matter?
have not you love enough to bear with me, when that rash humor which my mother gave me makes me forgetful?
Yes, Cassius. And from henceforth, when you're over earnest with your Brutus, he'll think your mother chides and leave you so.
Let me go in to see the generals. There is a grudge between them. 'Tis not meet they be alone.
You shall not come to them.
Nothing but death shall stay me.
How now? What's the matter?
For shame, you generals. What do you mean? Love and be friends, as two such men shall be. For I have seen more years, I'm sure, than ye.
Ha ha, how vilely doth this cynic rhyme.
Get you hints, Sierra. Saucy fellow. Hints.
Bear with him, Brutus. That's just his fashion.
I'll know his humor when he knows his time. What should we do? What should the wars do with these jiggling fools? Companion, hints.
Away, away, be gone.
Lucilius and Titanius, bid the commanders prepare to lodge their companies tonight.
And come yourselves and bring Messala with you immediately to us.
Lucius, a bowl of wine.
I do not think you could have been so angry. Okay, then you cut that.
Oh, Cassius, I'm sick of many griefs.
Of your philosophy you make no use, if give place to accidental evils.
No man bears sorrow better. Portia is dead.
Oh, Portia?
She is dead.
How scaped I killing when I crossed you so? Oh, unsupportable and touching loss. Upon what sickness?
Impatient of my absence. In grief that young Octavius and with Mark Antony have made themselves so strong, for with her death the tidings came, with this she felt distract, and her attendants absent, she swallowed fire.
And died so?
Even so.
Oh, immortal gods.
Speak no more of her. Give me a bowl of wine, and bury all of this unkindness.
My heart is thirsty for that noble pledge. Fill, Lucius, till the wine overswell with the cup. I cannot drink too much of Brutus's love.
Come in, Titanius. Welcome, good Messala. Now sit we close about this taper here, and calm questions of our necessities.
Portia, art thou gone?
No more, I pray you. Messala, I have here received letters that young Octavius and Mark Antony come down upon us with a mighty power, being their expedition toward Philippi.
Myself have letters of the self-same tenor,
With what addition?
that by prescription and bills of outlawry, Octavius, Antony, and Lepidus have put to death an 100 senators.
Therein our letters do not well agree. Mine speak of 70 senators that died, and by their prescriptions, Cicero being one.
Cicero won?
Cicero is dead, and by that the order of prescription. Had you your letters of thy wife, my lord?
No, Messala.
Nor nothing in your letters writ of her?
Nothing.
That methinks is strange.
Why ask you? Hear you aught of her in yours?
No, my lord.
Now, as you're a Roman, tell me the truth.
Then, like a Roman, bear the truth I tell, for certain she is dead, and by a strange manner.
Why, farewell, Portia. You must die, Messala. With meditating that she must die once, I have the patience to endure it now.
Even so, great losses should endure.
I have as much of this in art as you, but yet my nature cannot bear it so.
Well, to our work alive, what do you think of marching to Philippi presently?
I do not think it's good.
Your reason?
'Tis better than the enemy seek us, so shall he waste his means, weary his soldiers, doing himself offense, whilst we lying still are full of rest, defense, and nimbleness.
Good reason must of force give place to better. The people twixt Philippi and this ground do stand but in a forced affection. For they have grudged us contribution. The enemy, marching along by them shall have a fuller number up, come on refreshed, new at it, and encouraged. From which advantage shall we come off? If at Philippi we do face him there, these people at our back.
Hear me, good brother.
Under your pardon, we must notice that, beside, that we have tried the utmost of our friends. Our legions are brimful, and our cause is ripe. The enemy increaseth every day, and we, at the height, are ready to decline. There is tide in the affairs of men, which, taken at the flood, leads on to fortune. Omitted, all the voyage of their life is bound in shallows and in miseries. On such a full sea now, we are now afloat, and we must take the current when it serves, or lose our ventures.
If that's what you want, all right. We go forward and you meet there at Philippi.
It's now late at night, and actions must accommodate bodily needs, which will satisfy with only a short rest. That's all there is to say.
There's nothing else. Good night. We'll rise and leave early tomorrow.
Lucius! Why not go? Farewell, good Messala. Good night, Titanius. Noble Cassius. Good night, and sleep well.
Oh, my dear brother, this was a bad start to the night. Let's pray that we never come into conflict like this again. Let's not, Brutus.
Thank you, Lucius. Everything is well.
Good night, my lord.
Good night, good brother.
Good night, Lord Brutus.
Farewell, everyone. Give me the gown. Where is thy instrument?
Here in the tent.
What thou speakest drowsily? Poor knave, I blame thee not. Thou art overwatched. Call Claudio and some other of my men. I'll have them sleep on cushions in my tent.
Varus and Claudio.
Calls, my lord?
I pray you, sirs, lie in my tent and sleep. And maybe I shall raise you by and by on business to my brother Cassius.
So please you, we will stand and watch your pleasure.
I will not have it so. Lie down, good sirs. It may be I shall otherwise bethink me. Look, Lucius. Here's the book I thought for so. I put it in the pocket of my gown.
I was sure your lordship did not give it to me.
Bear with me, good boy. I am much forgetful. Canst thou hold up thy heavy eyes a while and touch thy instrument a strain or two?
I, my lord, ought to please you.
It does, my boy. I trouble thee too much, but thou art willing.
It is my duty, sir.
It was well done, and thou shalt sleep again. I will not hold thee long, if I do live. I will be good to thee. What are you? It must be my poor eyesight. Are you a ghost? Are you an angel? A god? A devil? What makes my blood so cold and my hair stand up? What looks so disgusting? Even its cries are chilling.
That evil spirit, Brutus.
Who art thou?
To tell thee thou shalt see me at Philippi.
Well then, shall I see thee again?
Aye, at Philippi.
Why, I see thee at Philippi then.
If thou heart has been banished, ill spirit, I would have talked with thee more. Boy, Lucius, Claudio, Varus. Boy.
The strings, my lord, are false.
He thinks he's still at his instrument. Lucius, awake.
My lord?
Didst thou dream, Lucius, that thou so criest out?
My lord, I did not know that I did cry.
Yes, that thou didst. Didst thou see anything?
Nothing, my lord.
Sleep again, Lucius. Sierra, Claudio, fellow thou, awake.
My lord?
My lord?
Cry out, sirs, in your sleep.
Did we cry, my lord?
I saw you anything?
No, my lord, I saw nothing.
Nor I, my lord.
Go, and command me to my brother Cassius. Bid him sat on his powers, bedtimes before, and we will follow.
It will be done, my lord.
Give the word ho and stand. Give the word ho and stand. I hate that line so much. You sauntered in. You were like... line.
Oh shoot, it's facing me. Hold on.
Ow. That hurts.
Did that already. Oh, okay.
Do you play an instrument?
If I just take a nap here.
Oh my god! Yeah, you can't like cut to it. You have to like. Their lovely violin.
Maddie, the ghost and Lucas are in the same thing. I'll be the...
I look like an everything bagel.
Which side? Okay, this is my good side.
You're literally under a sheet.
Guys.
I'm just trying to fix this.
Okay, I'm about to leave.
Baby Irish feet.
Cinderella who?
I don't know. I've never been able to do that.
Okay, is everyone ready?
Artistic director, cameraman, producer,
They have to have their
and I'm Gracie.